What's up guys, I just wanted to show you a very special helmet in my collection. This is a German M18 Transitional that was also used between World War I and World War II and into World War II. This is a very historical helmet, I'll tell you that right now. So I'll go ahead and show you here and I'll explain why I know it's a Transitional and all the features about it that I've got so many people to tell me different things. I've done so much research on this and it's crazy. So this is a World War I German helmet. As you can see, it's got like the Frankenstein lugs right here, just typical World War I German helmet shape. This is a size 66. First of all, it's a rare maker. It was made by Kist, Q-U-I-S-T, and they only made helmets towards the end of 1918, towards like the end of the war, kind of like, I'd say mid-1918, and they were rushing them out to the front lines. And so there you go, it's a Q, and this is a Q size 66. And it was even rare that they made large helmets. They mostly made like size 64, which had like a double lug here. What I mean by double lug is it would have had like a second layer that was like just a little bit bigger. Typical, size 64 German helmet. I'll go grab one just to show you. So this is what I mean by double lugs. This is my ground dug German M16 helmet right there. 2 layers, 1 layer. That's a size 64. So for the smaller ones, they had the double lug, and then for the bigger ones, size 66 and 68, they had a single. And another thing is about this is after World War I, Germany was restricted to only 100,000 men in their military. So they had to use these helmets from World War I into what's called the Reichswehr era. So it's between World War I and World War II, kind of a transitional thing. Then in 1924, when they found out that the leather liners from like 1916, 17, and 18 were falling apart, they decided to replace them, and they kind of made really cheap versions of the M16 liner. So they replaced them with M24 pins. That's what that one is. Really flat, really kind of cheap how it's bending there, and then a weird leather M24 liner looking thing. This isn't the M24 liner because they never lasted. They were really cheap. So then what they did in 1931 is they took these helmets, took everything out of them, and what they did was they cut off the chin strap lugs that are on the inside here. See the things that stick up right there and there? They cut them off from right here. And on this maker, they would have been up here at the front. It always varied from maker to maker, but on Kiss, they put them in the front. As you can see, a little bit right there, right where my finger is where it was. And you can see a little bit of the marking where it was on the outside. Just that little circle right there, they grinded it off. So they cut it off, grinded it off on the outside, and welded it back up. And then they repainted it with like a bluish, greenish kind of paint. But left the World War I paint, as you can see right there, underneath everything, this like brownish kind of stuff, and it's showing up today again after some long usage. But yeah, they repainted it, cut off those chin strap lugs, replaced it with an M1931 liner. That's what this is, and they reused as much as they could. So they have an M24 pin right there. They put back on the helmet. Then there's an M31 pin right there. So I know that it was used from World War I into up to 1924, and then in through 1931 yet again because it is repainted. And then in 1935 they took these helmets again and they put decals on them. As you can see, there was an eagle decal here at one point, the Heer Army decal, and then on the other side there was the German national colors. Now these have been removed because I guess someone denazified them after World War II, but they were there. Then also in 1935, they replaced pins if they could, and they replaced that. That's a 1935 pin. So we have one 1924 pin, one 1931 pin right here, and a 1935 pin right here. This thing was extensively used from World War I into before World War II and into World War II, because look at how much usage this shell has. Like the paint is worn right down to World War I paint and down to like metal. It's like kind of rust a little bit right there. But like that blue that was on the inside, that really nice bluish green sort of thing right here, it's all worn down. I can tell this has been used a ton. And even though they had all these new helmets coming out that are being produced, like the M35, M40, and M42, They still use these. There's picture evidence everywhere that they use these. And yeah, the chin strap on here, I haven't mentioned yet, is actually reproduction. It's aged because the one that came with this was just done for. There was absolutely nothing left of it. It was just bits and pieces everywhere. So I had that replaced with a nice aged reproduction that matches the helmet, and it looks pretty nice. I like it. It's a good fit, as you can see right there. So I keep this displayed on my shelf along with some pictures of the transitional period era, and I will show you that right now. So yeah, here's where I keep it displayed, and as you can see, they're wearing those M16, 17, and 18 helmets right there in the transitional period. There is the decal that should be on the side, that was on the side, and yeah, it's a very, very nice helmet. Another one of my favorites, displayed along with some of my best helmets right here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button because this is an awesome helmet with some amazing history. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.